Well, it's a job I need a record that I want my jockey to play. Roll over Beethoven, gotta hear it again today. Roll over Beethoven, roll over Beethoven, roll over Beethoven, roll over Beethoven, roll over Beethoven.
Compost.
It's not that bad. A little derivative, I grant you. We can't all be Cole Porter.
Rupert is looking a little the worse for wear. Nip down to the village and get me some potting compost, will you?
Shrapnel on the move again, is it? Daddy, I am working.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were giving a lesson. It's not that spotty youth with the motorbike, is it? Where is he? Covering our bathroom walls with misspelt graffiti, no doubt.
Daddy, I'm not giving a lesson. I am working on a song.
Oh, well, let's hear it then.
Well, I haven't finished it, have I? I keep being interrupted,
But
she
good
hinted.
God, woman, you've been sitting there for 3/4 of an hour. Verdi would have been halfway through a 4-act opera by now.
Oh, so now you're an expert on songwriting, are you?
You forget, in my youth, I was president of the Churston Deckel Poetry Society, noted for my mastery of the iambic pentameter.
Yes, well, times have changed a little since then, Daddy. There aren't many pop songs nowadays about nymphs and shepherds.
More's the pity. We are entering a dark age, the age of the Philistine. No wonder Cochrane's so successful. A man whose songwriting vocabulary consists of endless variations on the themes of free love, overthrowing the government, and the joys of driving American cars at high speed without proper tax or insurance.
Yes, well, you shattered my concentration enough for one day. Rupert will have to fight off starvation for a couple of hours. I'm off to see Nigel. I'll pick up some compost on my way home.
There's the post. Fetch it for me, will you? You never know, there might be something for me. I get so few letters nowadays.
One for me, and one for you, in a plain brown wrapper.
It's my bulb catalogue, I think.
Good God.
Something wrong?
Well, it's a cheque for the song that I wrote with Nigel. There must be some mistake.
Not as much as you thought. I told you, these music chaps are all sharks. £5,000, anyway, you see.
5,000.
Nigel Cochrane, it's been 2 years since you left Graff's Bay, who some would say were the archetypal heavy metal group. How do you feel about the poor reaction that your solo albums received?
Well, everyone's entitled to an opinion, you know. Really, that was just the critics, wasn't it, you know. I didn't do it for them, I did it for the public, you know, the fans.
But in truth, the only successful track on the album has been the single which you co-wrote with Belinda Purcell.
Well...
And I believe this is Miss Purcell's first attempt at songwriting.
Yeah. I thought we were talking about me.
Isn't it ironic that the man who played on Graff's Bay's anthem, Women Get Back in the Kitchen, should find his salvation in a member of the opposite sex?
Are you looking for a punch in the mouth?
Nige, is there any truth in the report that you'll be rejoining Graff's Bay for their reunion tour of the States?
No, definitely not. No way. All that stuff's in the past, right? I mean, you can't go back. You've got to keep moving forward.
Thanks, everybody.
Was that it?
Thanks. That was really good.
Up yours.
Could you afford me?
Do you see what she did to me, Belinda?
Wasn't that bad?
I was crucified.
Belinda Purcell,
I really love the single.
Thank you.
you've got talent. You should do more. Don't forget to watch. Saturday, 6:30.
Can't wait. Shall I slip my wrist now or next Saturday?
Oh, don't be so dramatic, Nigel. You're worse than Daddy. Look, this arrived this morning. It's a mistake, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got to be joking.
I thought as much.
Yeah, you better send it back. It's short.
You mean it's right?
No, I just told you it's not enough. Mind you, they'll probably make it up to you on the next one.
There's more to come.
Oh, yeah, there's overseas sales. Singles #3 in Australia.
Well, that's the Wicked Witch of the North on her bicycle. Here you go. Post.
This one's scented.
Hey, what's the postmark? Oh, it's from that fan in black. Oh, get one every week, don't we? One of your biggest admirers, isn't he, Nige? I've been trying to arrange a date for ages. Nige won't have any of it.
Oh, very funny, then. Here you are, look, snap. I got one too. See, they've done you.
What's that, then?
I got my first royalty cheque this morning.
Yeah, they ripped her off, didn't they?
Thank you very much.
Oh,
What? What's this? 180 grand?
More royalties?
Hey, now that's worth having. I mean, we can go shopping. Bags me the Rails Corniche.
No, Lem, no. They're not giving, they're taking. This is the inland revenue.
Try to hold on, old man. Supplies will be through soon. No, not today, thank you.
No.
A,
no,
I
we
have
don't
no
understand.
intention of buying a set of encyclopedias. B, we do not require double glazing. And C, I am a lifelong Anglican and will not be swayed by any arguments as to the merits of some obscure religious sect. Thank you.
No, listen. I'm not here to sell anything. I'm here to see Belinda. The name's Hyde. Henry Hyde. I'm Nigel Cochrane's manager.
Ah. Dr. Frankenstein, I presume.
Hey?
You have created a monster, sir. Belinda's out at the moment. I'm afraid if you'd care to call back...
No. That's all right, Mr. Purcell. To tell you the truth, Belinda and I have met before. But, well, I think we got off on the wrong foot. I think she took a bit of a dislike to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Mr. Purcell. I'm a busy man, and I don't normally deal with people who are new to the business. But once in a while, one comes across a talent that can't be ignored. Belinda being just such a talent.
She is?
Oh, she's a very good songwriter, Mr. Purcell. All she needs to do now is find herself a good lyricist, and she'll have it made. Now, my little suggestion is that she teams up with somebody from my stable.
Stable?
My stable of lyricists. Now, I have a particular young man in mind who would fit the bill perfectly. What he doesn't know about words isn't worth knowing. Always got his head stuck in a saurus, can't keep him out of it.
I understood that Belinda was collaborating with Cochrane.
Oh, yesterday's man, Mr. Purcell, yesterday's man. You seen the reviews of his album?
Yeah.
Anyway, Nigel is going to be tied up in the near future, touring with a band in the States.
I didn't know that.
Ah, neither does Nigel yet, but that's beside the point. So, you see, Belinda is going to need somebody else to work with. Of course, she'll have to sign a little publishing contract with my company, just to keep things nice and tidy, and I'll have to take a small percentage for managerial supervision.
I'm afraid you're wasting your time, Mr. Hyde. If the monosyllabic Cochrane can pass as a wordsmith, they must be pretty thick on the ground. I see no reason why Belinda should pay you for the privilege of finding another one. Anyway, I believe she's already collaborating with someone else, someone of the old school, someone noted for his mastery of the iambic pentameter.
Not Daley Thompson.
Get out.
Doesn't get any better, does it?
Hello. What you lot been smoking then?
Henry, I want you.
Nigel, not in front of the lady. Hello, Belinda, my love. How are you? Oh, don't fancy yours much, Lem. Belinda, I've got to tell you, I love the single. By the way, I've just met your father. What a nice old gentleman.
I really must be going, Nigel.
You've only been here 5 minutes.
Not for my sake, I hope.
I really must go. See you later, Lem.
Yep, cheers, sweetheart.
Bit of a cold one you got there, Nigel. Where's she come from? The planet Zanussi?
Never mind about Belinda. What about this?
So, it's a tax demand. Pay it.
Did you know I was going to get that?
What am I, psychic?
That's not a tax demand, that's a death threat, that is. I didn't even earn that much money last year. How can I have to pay back more than I earn? It don't make sense.
Nigel, you are still an innocent when it comes to fiscal matters, ain't you? This is for what you earned 2 years ago. It's backdated.
Well, what about my assets? Why can't we take it out of them?
Your assets? What assets? I mean, you can't very well tell the Inland Revenue about your foreign investments, can you? And you've been working on an album for 12 months with no money coming in. You seen the state of your bank balance? National disaster area.
Well, how am I going to pay it off then?
Didn't you have a Van Gogh knocking about somewhere? Why don't you flog that?
I did have a Van Gogh, yeah, till someone put their foot through it.
Well, don't look at me. You should have had it up on the wall.
I did. I've never been able to work that one out.
Yes. Well, the way I see it, speaking as an impartial observer, I think you've only got one choice, Nigel, my son.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Rejoin the band for that tour of the States.
No,
Yes.
Henry, definitely
Look,
not.
Nigel,
No way.
Nigel, they're all in the same boat as you. They've all got a tax demand to pay.
I thought you said you didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah, well, I'm your business manager, ain't I? I'm paid to know these things.
Look, get this straight, Henry.
I ain't gonna do no tour, all right?
Suit yourself.
Anyway, I thought the band already had a new bassist.
The geezer's got no sense of rhythm, Nigel. He couldn't keep time if you gave him a solid gold Rolex.
Lem?
We're on the road again.
Listen, the tour doesn't start till next week.
Oh, I don't
I can have the
believe
band
this.
down here tomorrow, all getting a bit of practice. I'll tell you what, why don't we all have a nice chat about it and have a little drink?
Yeah.
Hey, Scotch?
Yep.
Gonna catch a top 10 hit if ever I heard one.
I'm cleaning.
You know, Bill, what you really need is a good lyricist.
I have a good lyricist, Nigel.
Matter of fact, I jotted down a few verses of my own. Thought you might write some sort of tune to go with them. I'll read them to you, shall I?
Oh, if you must.
Of course, I should want a percentage, but we'll talk about that later. Prithee, fair nymph, so sweet and fair, comb no more thy golden hair. Let us love tonight again, for all the fairies know thy swain, where the turtle dove broods and badgers roll at ease, where... No good. Oh, well, just a thought.
Oh, dear.
Back to the drawing board.
Oh, no offence, Daddy, but I think I'll stick with Nigel.
I haven't seen many signs of your collaboration recently.
Yeah, he's sorting out his tax affairs, that awful little creep, Henry. I'm not going back there until he leaves. The Grange just ain't big enough for the both of us.
You know, Bill, there's something you ought to know about Cochrane. He's not going to be with us much longer.
Oh, nonsense. He's as fit as a fiddle.
Yeah, I don't mean that. I mean he's going touring. That's the native patois for it, I think.
What?
Because I should have told you before, but, well, I naturally assumed that Nigel would tell you himself.
He can't be going.
I got it from the horse's mouth, though. Well, Cochrane's manager. Of course, I knew this was all happening. What about a nice cup of coffee? Bill?
So I looked at the bills and I said, 40,000 quid to landscape a 30-acre garden. Who do you think you are? Capability Brown.
They always say to the cleaners, look at me. 30 grand import tax on a few antiques I brought in from Peru.
Hi, Lem.
Yeah. You remember the first gig the band ever played, eh? When Dennis got electrocuted,
Yeah.
Nige took up with that girl used to do the tarot cards, the skinny one, do you remember?
Yeah, I remember, Lem.
And what about the orgy in the hut? Halfway up Mount Fuji, eh? You remember? Splinter Lil, girl with wooden legs. Picking them out for days afterwards, weren't we, eh? And of course, not forgetting the first tour of the US of A. Seriously, Nigel, I mean, what was that infection you got?
Truth, that fisherman strike in Japan's playing havoc with my tuna fishing fleet.
All right, then, what was our first royalty check?
£17.50.
That was the 9th of August, 1972. Yeah. Remember the van broke down on the M1 Christmas Eve? And then got frostbite trying to excite that ball lead on the hard shoulder. Laugh, I nearly bought me own beer.
Yeah, that'd be the day, mate.
Oh, I see you haven't lost your touch, Lem.
Oh, good. Phil's on wheels.
Hey, darling, do you want my autograph?
Oh, you can write, can you? Aren't appearances deceptive?
Hello, Dol.
So it's true, then, you are going on the tour? Well, thanks very much for letting me know.
I had arranged to tell you.
Oh, how? Telex from America, carrier pigeon, messenger with a note in a cleft stick?
All right, there's no need to shout.
Oh, I'll shout if I bloody well want to. I did think at one time that there was something between us, but I was obviously wrong.
Oh, Nigel, you're so vicious.
Go on, girl, give him a slot.
Yeah, all right, I think we better start the rehearsal, eh? It's all set out now, son.
Leave, I was just enjoying myself.
Lem, give us 5 minutes, all right?
2 minutes. Do you, Nigel, it?
Dennis, come on, London Rubber's on the way up, don't worry.
Well?
Look, you know I didn't want to do this tour. You know I got no choice. It's the only way I'm going to pay off my tax. Anyway, it's the only thing I do properly, playing the bass. Just wasn't cut out to be a solo artist. I had arranged to tell you, though.
Here, Nige, who's next for the strumpet?
All right, save it for hotel rooms, eh?
Well,
Come
what
on.
touch you?
Rehearsals, eh?
Whose idea was it anyway to rehearse in the greenhouse?
Elton always rehearses in a garden. Picture the scene, boys and girls. Smoke bombs, dry ice, lasers, holograms, 40,000 punters doing their collective trees. Cue.
Last time that I ever felt you walked into my life, and you surely cast a magic spell on me. Didn't know what to do. Have never met a girl quite like you. Louise, you really rock and roll me. Louise, you really set me spinning inside. You lock my heart, and I'm throwing away the key. I'll always be with you, Louise. I'll always love you, Louise. I'll always love you,
Man, where'd you get those speakers? Beirut?
Hello?
Oh, what do you want?
Belinda Purcell.
Yes?
Thank God for that. I've been looking for you all morning. Wouldn't be so bad if they paid you by the hour, but it's a flat fee, you know. Right, here we go.
Ah!
Well, I hope you don't mind, but it's a bit warm for the gorilla costume.
What are you doing?
Singing Telegram. It's paid for by, Nigel Goddard, something like that. Anyway, here we go. My band's going over the ocean. My band's going over the sea. I've got to pay off Mrs. Thatcher. I wish you were going with me. At this point, I'm supposed to pick you up and carry you round the room to the general hilarity of the assembled throng. But as there's nobody here, it seems a bit pointless, doesn't it?
Yes, it does a bit.
Len? Oh, hello.
Hello.
I've given up on seeing you before I went away. What's all this? Where's the band?
Oh, I bribed Lem to take them to the pictures. I think they settled for the Jungle Book. I thought that as it was your last evening here, we could spend it together. Where have you been? I've been waiting hours.
Yeah, I went for a walk, you know. Think things over. Look at me. I'm 31, right? I still can't make my own decisions about my life, and I've still got people like Henry pulling the strings.
And?
Stuck with a band.
I got your message, by the way. Very original.
There you are. I said I'd arranged to tell you.
Might have been better if you told me yourself, though. More personal.
Couldn't think what to say.
So, you're leaving tomorrow?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, leaving on a jet plane. Well, Concorde, actually. I'm almost looking forward to it, you know. Greasy food, endless hotels, travelling all night.
Sounds absolutely dreadful.
Yeah. It's only rock and roll, but I like it. I wish you could come too, you know. It's not too late to arrange it.
No, I couldn't spend 3 months with the band, not to mention Henry. Then there's Daddy. Anyway, I thought I'd have a go at songwriting on my own. I'm probably doomed for failure.
No, don't do yourself down. You're good. You should stick at it. You'll be all right here on your own, then?
Just about.
Hey, do you want to see a trick? do you think?
Not bad. Without a safety net as well.
Yeah, well, I have always been a bit of a daredevil, you know. Do you want to see it again?
Hmm? What's the time?
10:30.
Everything all right? 10:30. I suppose by now Attila and his band of vandals would have reduced the hotel room to rubble.
Probably.
I'm sorry, Belle, that was unthinking of me. You need to occupy yourself, go out, meet new people. This is your home. You want to have a friend to stay for a couple of days.
I'll go.
Who on earth can that be? At this time of night?
Lem, what are you doing here? Is something the matter? Is it Nigel? Why aren't you in America?
I was. I mean, I have. I've been there and back. I couldn't get in. God. You know, I had ham and eggs for breakfast, sandwich at Heathrow, salmon and shampoo on a plane going over, hamburger and a beer at JFK, lamb and tequila on the way coming back. I just polished up my packed lunch in a taxi coming down here. I could really go to Andrews.
Lem, why aren't you in America?
Because I got busted once for having this little bit of dope. They wouldn't let me in. You know, Nigel and the rest of the band are over there now, aren't they? Swanning about by the pool, soaking up the sun, knocking back the pina coladas. I'm stuck here. No money, nowhere to go.
Oh, Lem, pull yourself together. You sound like a soldier that's been refused permission to fight at the front. You can stay at the Grange.
I can't, can I? Nigel's let it to that Harry Krishna lot for their summer school. I've just been up there. They wouldn't let me in. Not unless I shaved my head and bought an LP of sitar music. Here, Belinda, you couldn't put me up for a few days, could you? Please.
Yes, all right. As long as you don't mind sharing with Daddy.
Do what?
Joke, Lem. You can sleep in the bath.
Anywhere. You saved my life. I go and get my gear from the taxi.
Daddy, you know what you were saying about me having a friend to stay?